Since it's the 21st century, at least at the time when I'm making this video, let's talk a bit about transmission of audio over the internet, thinking about the distribution of audio through streaming. This is a bit of a distinct way of transporting audio from the previous model of storing it, for example on a tape, CD, or hard disk, and then recalling it later. Of course, this audio is still stored somewhere, but in many cases, we're relying on a company to store our audio, perhaps hundreds of miles away, and then send it out to us on demand. Let's remember that the main goal of recorded audio is to make sound portable across time and space, to be able to take a vibration in a space, then listen to it back in a different location at a different time. So it makes complete sense that we're using our most convenient form of communication, the internet, to listen to music. In my other video about digital audio transmission, I focus on local transmission of audio, between devices in a studio or live environment, for example. And while some of the concerns are the same, we need to acknowledge that local transmission doesn't have to be as concerned about efficiency as transmission over the internet does. I talked previously about how to figure out the bandwidth of audio. We can sort out this bandwidth for uncompressed audio by taking our sample rate, and then multiplying our sample rate by our bit depth, and then multiplying that by the number of channels we might have. So, considering that, if we think about CD quality audio, 44,100 Hz sample rate, 16 bits, stereo, so 2 channels, and then think about an album of CD quality audio. Once we start thinking about sending this over the internet, this raises a bunch of new questions. What's your data plan like? Speaking from my perspective, the music torrenting software Napster was a big hit right when I was in college. This completely new idea of downloading music through the internet shocked the industry, and it wasn't sure how to react at first. It launched huge anti-piracy campaigns and lawsuits to fight against this move of downloading music online.
Hello? Hey, frat boy. What the hell do you think you're doing, man?
Holy crap! Do you know who you are? You're freaking Lon Dog from Metallica. I love everything you do. Well, except for that bad show you hosted.
You know what? Maybe I wouldn't have to whore myself out if you kids didn't steal my music.
Whoa. We're not stealing, okay? We're just sharing with each other, you know?
So it's like if I take this soda can right here, take a sip out of it.
Oh, my God. I'm sharing my soda with Lars Ulrich.
And you know what? I'm just sharing 10 years of groupies with you, frat boy.
Now, of course, over time, companies like Apple, iTunes, put it together to not fight against this, but instead monetize it. And over the years, we've moved from downloading songs to our computers and iPods to just streaming them real time over the internet. Part of this has to do with internet bandwidth, part of this is connected to the affordability of bandwidth, and part of this is due to the fact that the market, at least, has made a clear statement that portability is more important than fidelity. Now, of course, there are exceptions to that, and I'm sure there are limits too, but as a general statement, consumers chose the lower fidelity of listening to MP3s through earbuds over a move to high fidelity DVD or Blu-ray quality audio. This said, let's come back to streaming services and how we might think about their audio fidelity. Now, it's not my goal in this video to compare different streaming services. I was looking through my notes on things from a couple years back, and they're all completely incorrect already. More important than looking at what companies are offering right now is understanding the means at which we might make these comparisons, at least from the standpoint of digital audio. First of all, it's worthwhile to understand if they're using data compression, and if so, what kind. Once we know the data compression, we can think about whether it's lossy or lossless data compression. If it's lossy data compression, we can think about the bit rate of that data compression. Some services nowadays even stream uncompressed audio, but once again, if we have a limited amount of data on our phones or other devices, we might want things that are compressed. Finally, some services even offer access to what they're calling masters, which are higher sample rate, higher bit depth recordings than CD quality. This is great, but of course, we need to keep in mind, if we're listening to this through our earbuds, we may not actually be able to appreciate any of the difference. Again, I'm old enough to remember when my dad first got a CD player, and I have no idea what kind of new media is going to emerge over the course of our lifetimes. I don't know if, now that we've mastered portability, we're going to move back to focusing on quality, or if there are new steps in portability yet to be explored. But for now, it seems understanding how sample rate, bit depth, and data compression affect the quality of audio are going to continue to be concerns for us in the foreseeable future.